Hey everyone! So if you're an inventor, a student, anyone who's ever dived into Google Patents, you know two things. One, it's an incredible resource. And two, it can feel like a total tidal wave of information. Well, today, we're not just going to teach you how to ride that wave. We're going to give you the tools to command it. I mean, does this sound familiar? You've got this great idea. You type in what feels like the perfect search. You hit enter, and boom, you're just buried under like tens of thousands of results, and 99% of them have absolutely nothing to do with what you're actually looking for. It's so frustrating, right? Well, believe me, you are not alone. It's a super common problem. But the good news? It is totally fixable. In just the next few minutes, we're going to flip that frustration into some serious precision and power. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with mastering your keywords, then we'll get into searching beyond the words, unlock some really cool proximity and wildcard tricks, and by the end, you're going to be a patent pro. So, what's the big challenge here? Well, at its core, it's that patents are written in this very specific, kind of complex legalese, and your standard simple keyword search, it just wasn't built for that kind of nuance. And that's exactly why you get that feeling of just being flooded with information. All right, first things first, we got to build a strong foundation. This first set of tools is all about getting total control over the words you're actually using in your search. Okay, first up, the OR operator. Think about it. Different inventors use different words for the exact same thing, right? Maybe you're looking for something that's foldable, but what if someone else called it pliable or bendable? By using OR, you tell Google, hey, find me any of these, and you catch everything in one single super efficient search. Okay, but what about a different kind of problem? What happens when the order of your words really matters? See, if you just type in a two-word phrase, Google kind of just looks for those two words anywhere in the patent, not always right next to each other. And this, wow, this just shows you the power of one tiny tweak. Look at this. A search for resource interval. You got over 138,000 results. That's insane. But just by wrapping it in quotation marks, telling Google you want that exact phrase, look at that drop. We're down to about 1,800 results. That's a game changer. So here's the golden rule. If the phrase is the thing, you've got to wrap it in quotes. Seriously, this might be the single fastest way to clean up your search results and boost their quality. All right, so we've talked about adding things. But what about getting rid of stuff you don't want? Let's say you're looking for patents on sewing needles, but your results are just flooded with medical syringes. All you have to do is add a minus sign right before the word syringe. Just like that, you've told Google, hey, show me anything about needles, but ignore anything that also mentions syringes. Think of this minus symbol as your own little surgical tool. It lets you just surgically cut out all the noise from your results. What you're left with is a much cleaner, way more focused list to look through. Okay, so we've got keywords down. Now it's time to go deeper. We're going to start searching like the actual patent examiners do, using the very structure of the patent system to our advantage. So check this out. Every single patent gets filed away into a specific technical category, and each category has a special code. It's called a cooperative patent classification, or CPC. The magic here is that if you search for the code itself, you find all the inventions in that category. You completely bypass all the guesswork of trying to figure out the right keywords. And it's actually a really simple four-step trick. First, just do a general search for your topic. Second, scroll through until you find one patent that is exactly what you're looking for. Third, look on that patent's page for its CPC code. It'll be right there. And fourth, you just search for that code directly. And just like that, you haven't just found one patent, you found its entire family. Here's another pro move. You can tell Google where to look inside a patent. Think about it. If your keyword is in the title or the abstract, it's probably pretty central to the whole invention, right? So you can use these little field codes, like TI equals for title or AB equals for abstract, to filter out all the noise where your term was just mentioned once in passing on page 47. Okay, you ready? Let's get into the really advanced stuff. The tools we're about to cover, they let you engineer your searches with, an incredible amount of precision. This is really where you make the leap from being pretty good at this to being an absolute pro. Okay, meet the near operator. This thing is fantastic for those times when you know two ideas are related, but you have no clue how an inventor might have phrased it. For example, safety near/10 belt tells Google to find any patent where the words safety and belt
show up within 10 words of each other. It doesn't even matter which one comes first. Super useful.
And then there's ADJ, which stands for adjacent. You can think of it as near's stricter older sibling. It does the same thing. It looks for words within a certain distance, but with one big difference. It forces them to be in the exact order you wrote them. This gives you way more control over the context of your search. And this is where it gets really fun. You can start combining all these tools. Okay, let's break this one down. This search is looking for patents where safety comes before belt within 5 words. And then it takes that whole phrase and looks for it within 10 words of either baby or child. I mean, how specific is that? That is some next-level, powerful searching right there. Last but not least, we've got wildcards. These are absolutely essential for catching all those little variations in spelling or word endings. You know, like electric versus electrical versus electricity. By just adding that little $sign at the end of the root word, you tell Google to find all of them, making sure you don't miss a thing. All right, let's take a breath and just look back at the incredible toolkit you've just put together. I know we've covered a lot of ground pretty fast, but all of this works together to completely change how you can approach patent research. You've really mastered 3 key areas. First, you've got basic keyword control down, using or, quotes, and the minus sign. Second, you know how to strategically target your searches using things like CPC codes and field searches. And finally, you can now engineer your searches with incredible precision using proximity operators and wildcards. And that's really the whole point, isn't it? The goal was never to find more results. It's about finding the right results. It's about making that crucial shift from quantity to quality, which is going to save you so much time and so much frustration. So there you have it. You are now officially equipped with a professional-grade toolkit for navigating the huge world of patents. You can go in there with total confidence and skill. So I guess the only question left is, what are you going to go discover?